Along the way, we'll also take a look at Scotland Yard, the police headquarters in London, England. And this will serve as a metaphor for police in general, or the powers that be, the authority figures that we're supposed to look up to in terms of protect us, look after us, which will make more sense in other sections that we'll talk about in Extreme Danger Extreme Hypnosis. But the thing that really comes to mind that I want you to be aware of and think about right now in terms of Scotland Yard is, and this goes on around the world, I'm just using England as a focus because that's where I live, but I promise you there's examples of this worldwide when you go searching on Google, as I'm sure you will. Take the name example of Daniel Morgan. This is in England, the most investigated murder in British history. Unfortunately, it's the least successful most investigated murder in British history because nobody has been convicted of the murder yet. But as you can see on my website circusofthemind.net, there's evidence that links the names of Rupert Murdoch, the media mogul's former employee, Mazza Mahmood, the fake sheikh, is linked to a company called Southern Investigations, a private investigation firm that have been provably shown to have had corrupt links with high-ranking police officers and inspectors, and some would argue people formerly positioned within Scotland Yard at the very, very top. And there is evidence to show links that, you know, police bundles, certainly best case scenario, which is not good, is that they incompetently screwed up many levels of the Daniel Morgan murder inquiry, or could it be that it was purposely fudged and purposely mucked up to help cover up police corruption? It's something that's really worth looking at. You know, it also reminds me to say to you, look, take a look at, search things like Stephen Lawrence and the police's treatment regarding that. Look into these things. Search police corruption. Search police brutality. And then also search things such as the Freemasons. Come to your own conclusions. Check your own links. But it's interesting to note quite often how many people involved in these things, especially, you know, high-ranking officers, end up being able to be shown as being members of the Freemasons, the secret society. They have the secret handshake, as it were, and their different levels of secrecy. And the more you rise up the ranks, the more you learn the truth about what's going on, and the more you also end up in a position where you're compromised, where you're supposed to help your fellow brother, your fellow Freemason. So, you know, that could mean covering up something that went wrong by accident, or covering up something that was done purposely on a corrupt level. If that wasn't the case, why, as of April 2019, despite the fact that alternative news media such as Byline Publications and Zelo Street in England and other researchers around the world have published proof, and proof has now come out in court cases in England in front of Lord Justice Mann at the High Court, that the likes of Rebecca Brooks, who worked for Rupert Murdoch at the News of the World, evidence has come out that she did know, arguably, about phone hacking, and that other high-ranking people there knew about phone hacking. And there's evidence coming out from other sources of phone tapping and other illegal activities. Why, when this evidence that clearly can be seen to be true has come out in court cases as well, have Scotland Yard not gone and knocked on the door and rearrested these people and charged them for their crimes? Why? Could it be that the likes of Rupert Murdoch have enough power or compromat material, something we'll talk about elsewhere in the documentary, blackmail material on those people to stop them doing this? I don't know. Maybe one day we will see justice. One can only hope. But just as in the same way as the government were clearly manipulated by compromat material to scrap part 2 of the Leveson inquiry into media ethics. So I feel that when you do your research, you'll come to the conclusion that quite often, sadly, there is a level of corruption within the police that's kept things hidden on many levels and stopped justice occurring on many occasions when it truly should have done. Do your research. I don't mean to scare you, I mean to wake you up to the reality of everything that's going on around you right now.